I think in addition to finding a good co-founding team, you also need to make sure you yourself you set your life up correctly to run your startup.
The biggest challenge actually in hindsight is finding the right co-founder. I think, like, I realised the idea doesn't actually matter because you probably, the idea you start with probably is not going to be the idea you end with. The challenge has always been finding someone where I feel like I can be working long term.
That's so true. I think in addition to finding a good co-founding team, you also need to make sure you yourself you set your life up correctly to run your startup. I'm definitely guilty of this, and I think many other entrepreneurs are as well. We like to do everything, and so we take on as many things as we possibly can because we want to do it all, and then we end up drowning ourselves in lots of work and not doing any of them particularly well.
I feel like for me, honestly, I think it was COVID because most of my business was me going out and handpicking and sourcing all the items. When things shut down, you have to be able to say, can your business be automated, operate both online and offline in a really seamless way? And I think I had to learn that things were to go wrong, I have to be able to still source, still get items, still be able to sell things without me physically needing to go out and get things done, which I think was a very hard lesson. So I had to learn very quickly, but anyway.
For us it's legals actually, because I think very quickly I found that like doing venture capital, doing any sort of anything related to finance was involved dealing with the Financial Conduct Authority. So in the beginning, I think just like trying to figure out how to make this project work in this country, the legal stuff gave me, still to this day, it still does give me quite a bit of headaches, to be quite honest.
Access to resources is extremely hard for everyone, but especially for young entrepreneurs. And this has always, in all of my ventures, been like the #1 problem. How do I get, without a proof of concept, to get people to give me lab access so that I can prove my concept in the first place?
For me, I think my biggest challenge was actually getting in contact with the right people. Is it the CMO? Is it the HR manager? Is it the CEO? Who are we actually contacting within this business? So managing my time is something I really struggle with. I still do 4 A-levels, so I'm at school from 7 till 4, get home, and then I've got homework to do obviously, and then I've got to work with Wing, so even at my lunchtime at school, like I'm calling clients, writing emails, designing stuff, doing social media posts, and I get home I need to record an episode or edit an episode or put something out or create LinkedIn posts around the content I've produced. Now I'm kind of in this time where every minute of my day I'm doing something productive that will work towards my future. So sleep is kind of at least my priority at the moment.
Everything takes so long.
Yeah. I have so much respect for what you're doing. But I gotta ask, do you find that the more you take on, the more efficient you get at what you're doing naturally?
Yeah, so before I started anything, I was just trying to do my A-levels. It's like 3 or 4 hours a day on TikTok. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just such a waste of time.
Yeah.
In a few years' time, I'm not going to remember what TikTok video I watched yesterday. So now I'm kind of in this time where every minute of my day I'm doing something productive that will work towards my future.
I feel like I'm at the point where my side hustle is now my main hustle, and I basically waited until the income of my part-time job matched my business, and then I dropped my part-time job. I think at the moment, how I manage just my general life and my business is I actively take days off. Making a hobby or a job is then important to replace that hobby with something that isn't for the monetary gain.
That's very cool. I wish to get to this level, hopefully soon.
You can.
Right now, I'm trying to manage, university with co-founding 3 startups. So none of my startups make money. So on top of that, I also have to tutor on the side to be able to sustain myself in London. So in short, I try to maximize everything I do. So for example, I don't cook. I buy pre-made meals and then I keep them up. So for me, it's all about like optimizing so that the things that don't bring me joy take as little time as possible, and then I can focus on things that actually are fun to me.
I took this kind of rule from my friend where I if I have leisure, it's going to be with people. Like
on my own, I'll be either like schoolwork or working, but if it's like leisure time, then it's always doing things with people so that you kind of maximize the fun time it's like with people.
You know those little like cool like ASMR videos about like just like things that have absolutely nothing to do with like with like work. It's just kind of cool to like have that in the background, like while I'm like, you know, in my evening downtime, stuff like that. Just like having things that have like absolutely nothing to do with your profession. It's just kind of cool.
That's absolutely right. I think as entrepreneurs, we quite have a propensity to be conscientious, and we want to work as much as we can because we really believe in the startup. We want to make sure we maximise its chances of succeeding. But part of that is actually doing things which are not related to the startup, so that you can be more efficient, more creative, more productive when you're working on the startup. So there is a balance to doing other things outside of work. I think that's a balance which takes time to fine tune, but definitely something that has to be achieved.